Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are starting a new project. It's gonna be called Fable Kingdoms. Or maybe just Fable Kingdom. I haven't decided yet. So this is in Planet Coaster 2. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but kind of was like in ideas mode. I wrote down a bunch of ideas on my paper and I really wanted to make kind of like a fairy tale core fable inspired kingdom where all of the rides were going to be like medieval and fantasy and yeah, old fairy tales. So I'm going to show you what I've planned out. We will start in Fable Kingdom entrance. It's going to be surrounded by a moat and you go over like this big bridge and tension builds up. As you go into town, there's going to be like a town center. This is where like we will have a battle arena. It's going to be kind of medieval inspired and where all the knights would gather and the king would host like this big like event with the knights where they would battle each other both with swords and also like on horses and stuff like that. So that's going to be built like in the center of the city, and then we're going to have like buildings all around it. Then if you go to the left in the city, we're going to have like a fair overlooking the big lake. This is where I plan to have like Ferris wheels and rides and maybe a night market or something like that. Then over to the left of the fair, there's going to be a big watchtower. This is going to be a roller coaster ride, I think. It's going to be called the Watchtower, of course, because the knights are going to be looking over the city because there are some evil lurking over here, but I'm going to get back to that. So if we go back to the town center, you can follow like a way over here. Then you go over to the next area, or you can go to the castle. The castle, I think, is going to be a dark ride. It's going to be beneath the castle, and maybe it will be like kind of like Camelot inspired, or maybe like King Arthur. Yeah, it's going to be quite nice, I think. This whole area is not planned out yet, but I've just like wrote down the basic ideas. But if you have any suggestions, I'm totally open to changing the map and yeah, listening to you guys. Then if we move over to the bridge, there's going to be fields and a lake and stuff like that. It's going to be very magical. This place is called Beanstalk Meadows, but I couldn't like get this at the end, so for now Beanstalk Meadow. But Beanstalk Meadow is going to be like really fairy tale core. It's going to be like oversized crops and a small little town. It's going to be very magical, and people wander from all over the kingdom to come and look at these giant crops. So I'm definitely planning on having like maybe like a farmer's market or something with big oversized crops. There's going to be a tavern right at the beginning of the city. This is where all of, if the knights go on adventures and stuff like that, this is where they start, and the innkeeper will tell them all kinds of secrets of the neighborhood and stuff that's coming their way and something like that, and they can have a nice meal and sleep and yeah, go explore afterwards. Then we go back to the beanstalk part. This is kind of like the mark of the town. We're gonna have Beanstalk Drop. It's inspired by Jack and the Beanstalk tale. It's gonna have, I'm thinking like the kind of ride where it goes really far up into the sky, and this is where the giant lives in the original tale, and Jack is obsessed with going up the beanstalk and stuff like that. But then when he discovers the giant, he's like, nope. And then he's gonna go down in the drop. So yeah, it's gonna be overlooking the town, and you can see it maybe from the kingdom even, because it's gonna be so tall. I think it's gonna be very very fun. If we move on back to the entrance or the exit in this case, I'm planning to have a main road kind of here, where it divides the kingdom into two sides. But it's gonna lead like from the big city center over to the entrance, which is hidden in this mountain. But if we go out of town and we turn to the left, there's going to be a path following like the moat or the river, where you would think, this is kind of nice, it's a forest, it's starting to look kind of magical, but then you have to make a choice. And the choice is right here. So the choice is yours. Are you going to go to the dark side, or are you going to go to the light side? If we start on the light side, this is going to be very like fairy core, enchanted forest, but good kind of vibes. It's gonna have giant smiling trees and everything is overly happy. Kind of like to the point where it's almost like mad in like in Alice in Wonderland, and things are like weird but in a good kind of weird. So yeah, I think like maybe some fairy circles and magical forest and everything is too nice almost. And then if we go to the dark area, this is gonna be pagan, it's gonna be like Celtic, it's gonna be dark, it's gonna be mysterious, like old witches. So it's gonna be very, very dark and very awesome. Then, if we move on over here, the witches kind of share like an area with a little guy that you saw a sneak peek of earlier. It's gonna be our troll swamp. I have not named the area yet, it's not gonna be called Troll Swamp, trust me. But the troll who lives in this area, I kind of imagine him being kind of like down to earth, enjoying his own company. I'm not saying it's Shrek, but maybe it could be kind of like that. He's created his own little paradise. I'm thinking about making this into like a water park or something like that, but a little far further away from the troll himself, because he's gonna have this big private area where no one can enter, of course. But the troll has built like a log ride to lure all the tourists away from him. So this is where he like owns his business, but he doesn't want anything to do with it. So he controls like the log ride, and there's going to be hills, and it's going to be overly joy, but in the swampy way. Then we go back to the main road, which is here. This is the entrance, and if you go to the left from the entrance, you go into the mining town. So this mining town is gonna have a minecart ride, of course. It's gonna be going maybe through the mountain, over the mountain, stuff like that. It's gonna be a joyful ride, kind of like where the dwarves set you off and you go on an adventure. But something doors over here, so you can't go too far into the mountain, or at least you go in with your own risk. Over here is Mount Troko, and it's gonna have the Dragon Mountain. It's gonna have a roller coaster called Drogo's Revenge. It's where you maybe accidentally awaken the dragon, and it's very mad, and it's gonna be flying all over the place, and it's gonna be a wild roller coaster. Then over here we have the fishing town. It's right against the big lake. It's gonna have like a fish market and stalls, and it's gonna be kind of like poorer and more dirty and more like where all the people of the that can't afford living right next to the big kingdom go. They know the rules of the mountain. You have to respect the dragon, so they are right up against it, and they're always living in fear almost. So it's kind of spooky vibes, kind of misty, and yeah, it's gonna be very cool, I think. So that's what I planned out so far. But all of this is up to change. It's going to be quite a big map, so we're going to be building kind of on off on all of the stuff. I'm not sure where we're going to start yet, but I think maybe we will start like in the mining town or in the kingdom center area. So yeah, let me know what you think so far, and if you have any ideas, write them down in the comments below. But right now we're gonna cut the video from here. It's live, but we will get back to it, and there will be like a speed build, and I might go in and comment sometimes, but it's kind of for you just to enjoy and sit down and relax. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video.